All right, so this case is titled SCC Chemicals Corporation versus the Honorable Court of Appeals. Okay, so the facts of these cases are as follows. Okay, SCC Chemicals Corporation, okay, or SCC for brevity, obtained a loan from State Investment House Incorporated. Okay, now to secure payment of that loan, SCC through its chairman, Danilo Arrieta, and a certain person in the name of Leopoldo Halili, executed a comprehensive survey agreement, okay, binding themselves jointly and severally to pay the loan on the maturity date. No, now when the loan matured, okay, SEC failed to pay the loan, okay? And because of that, state investment sent demand letters, no, to SEC, the chairman Arieta, and the to the person of Leopoldo Halili, no, who was one of the person who executed the comprehensive agreement, no. But despite these demand letters, there was no payment made by SCC. Okay, and because of that, state investment filed a complaint for a sum of money and prayer, no, for preliminary attachment against SCC, Danilo Arrieta, and Leopoldo Halili, okay, before the Regional Trial Court of Manila. Okay, so during pre-trial, the parties were allowed an out-of-court settlement, okay, of the dispute. However, that did not materialize. Okay, so trial on the merits of the case ensued. For, as it's as to prove its claim, okay, state investment presented one witness. Okay, however, the cross examination of that witness presented by by state investment was postponed several times, no, due to the reason either at the instance of SCC or at the instance of state investment. Okay, and actually the case was also calendared several times for hearing, no, but each time SCC or its counsel, okay, failed to appear despite reasonable notice or despite notice. Okay, um, because of that, SCC was declared by the trial court to have waived its right to cross-examine the witness presented by state investment. And after that, the trial court deemed the case submitted for resolution. Okay, so uh, the trial court ruled in favor of um, state investment. Okay, uh, telling that state investment was able to prove its claim. Okay, in other words, it upheld the liability of SCC. Okay, to state investment. Okay, and um, SCC filed an appeal, okay, with the courts of appeal. However, affirmed in toto the decision of the trial court, and so SEC is now before the Supreme Court, okay, filing an appeal, okay, telling, okay, as its main defense that the Court of Appeals erred in admitting the evidence, okay, presented through the testimony of the lone witness which state investment uh, presented, no, according to SCC, okay, the testimony of the witness or the testimony, okay, or the witness himself was, okay, the competence of the witness itself was not established, okay, and as well the personal knowledge of the truthfulness of the facts, okay, testified to by the witness. In fact, what SCC was trying to say is that the court actually erred in admitting, okay, the testimony in the witness as well as the documentary evidence presented through his testimony as being violative, okay, to the hearsay rule. Yeah. So in other words, okay, um, SCC was trying to convince the Supreme Court to declare inadmissible the documentary evidence presented through the witness and as well as the testimony of the witness himself. Okay, so what is the issue in this case? The issue is whether or not the Court of Appeals erred in admitting the documents as well as the testimony of the witness, okay, presented by state investment. So, what is the ruling of the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court said that as a general rule, okay, hearsay evidence is not admissible. Okay. However, the Supreme Court reminded that that rule is not without exception. Okay, that does admit it as it admits of an exception. And what is that exception? The Supreme Court said that where a party, okay, failed to object, okay, to hearsay evidence, then the same becomes admissible. Okay, the Supreme Court explained further that the rationale for this exception is to be found in the right of a litigant to cross-examine, okay, the witness. It is settled, said the court, that the opportunity to cross-examine, which negates the claim that that the matters testified to by a witness are hearsay. Okay. The Supreme Court also said that the right to cross-examine may be waived. Okay, and it noticed that in this case, SCC through its counsel, okay, failed many times to appear before the hearing. So in effect, said the Supreme Court, the repeated failure, okay, of SCC through its counsel to examine the witness presented by by state investment, in effect, is a waiver of its right to cross-examine. And so the court said that the documents as well as the testimony of the witness is admissible. However, the Supreme Court reminded that admissibility is different from from uh, admissibility is different from the probative value of the evidence. While we can admit the documents as well as the testimony of the witness, giving probative value to this evidence and testimony is another thing.